What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Main Issues Podcast. I'm Al Taylor, also known as the Act 24, here with the one, the only, the greatest, the Dragonborn, DJ Williams. How you doing, DJ?
I'm good, Al. How was your weekend, man?
It was pretty good. Valentine's Day happened over the weekend, pretty much. Friday, I remembered. So it was all right. Everything was good.
No doghouse moments for you.
No, it went like a lot better than I thought. Actually, I was kind of worried, but we had a nice dinner at home.
Y'all didn't go out?
No, we didn't go out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's packed every fucking where on Valentine's Day,
and it's not really our thing. Not really. So, but we made like the kind of dinner we were having together, like when we first started dating. So it was nice.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, she even went out and bought. Any excuse to have some meat. That's the only thing. To have some beef that you cook on the stove or on the grill. You know. Yeah, she brought some tenderloins. And like I've cut back significantly on my meat consumption and going to attempt to do no meat for Lent.
Stop saying meat.
What else supposed to call it? No, I don't know, animal products. I don't want to say animal products because things you vegan now? No, I'm not vegan. I'm just trying to cut down a little bit. Reduce my carbon footprint and all that.
Go ahead, man. After you made the meat joke, everything else just seemed like fun after that. So,
yeah, but it was nice. It was cool.
It's nice.
So we got a little heat from one of our viewers.
We did.
Christina.
Yeah, we did.
Talking about us not talking about Black History Month.
Yeah.
And
but we black. Every day is Black History Month.
I know. And it's not so much that like we forgetting that it's Black History Month. I mean, we are aware, and I don't feel like I'm that qualified to be talking about that kind of stuff.
To be fair, the teachers that taught us in school weren't either. So
how
many times? Well, who do we learn about in school? Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, George Washington Carver, Rosa Parks,
Malcolm X.
Barely, they didn't like. They don't
like Malcolm X.
He was too confrontational. Malcolm X wanted all the smoke. They ain't talk about him too much, but he was definitely on the list. And that was about it.
Yeah.
Any other time you might end the sprinkle on top Jackie Robinson,
Josephine Baker.
Yeah, but it's about the same 10 people basically. So, I guess this time we'll come out of the box a little bit.
Yeah, so we want to
Who you got, man?
Do like nerd kind of in that industry, in our culture, like the people that we know about, the people that we think that people should know about, who are in this sector, who are innovating and things like that. It's something to talk about, keep talking about all the same people every year, but history is going on
constantly.
And there are things being done every day by everyone, and also most certainly by Black people. And for my nerd culture, Black history, I want to hit on a man by the name Mike Pondsmith. Now, when I said the name Mike Pondsmith, you were even like,
"Who the hell is that?" But I'm here to learn, so let's hear it.
Okay, you're gonna be pretty quick, I think so. So Mike Pondsmith, or Michael Allen Pondsmith, as probably he's only known by his mother. He's an innovator in the role-playing game genre.
Oh, okay.
So, and he's undoubtedly most known for the pen and paper RPG Cyberpunk 2020. It was originally released in 1989 and published by the company R. Talsorian Games, of which he also founded in 1985. And now I know, like, a lot of people may not be into like pen and paper RPGs and stuff, and
especially these days.
Yeah, and I'm not even. I never got around to playing any, and I think that if I
missed that boat,
I think that if I had like a group to play with, like of people who knew what they were. Well, actually, I don't want people who know what they're doing. The only person I want to know who they're doing is the dungeon master or whatever when I play these kind of games. Because I want everybody to be like starting at the same level, you know? Like, you don't want to be trying to jump into games like this with people, because these games can be highly complicated, because they give you all types of freedoms. And that's why I think like people who are not interested in pen and paper RPGs, role-playing games, should also be aware of that these kind of games is the only reason that action RPG video games even exist. The systems and mechanics that are in those games existed long before they were able to be put in video games. Like, Elder Scrolls was just a twinkle. It was just a twinkle in Bethesda Game Studios' eye when these mechanics were being put in place. And Mike Pondsmith was a big part of that in more of the boom of these pen and paper RPGs. And most notably, to me, is the fact that at 65 years old, he is still actively developing games and accompanying literature for the games, like whole books.
Yeah.
And
and that's strategy guys, right? Because strategy guys kind of died.
I mean, I don't. Probably strategy guides as well, but it's mostly kind of lore stuff. For people who want to go deeper into the world, and especially now there is a resurgence of interest in Cyberpunk 2020 because of the video game Cyberpunk 2077. Yes, which features Night City, as you can see right back here, allegedly. And he's not just, they're not just pulling from his work, but he is working with CD Projekt Red every step of the way.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Dang. He is like from the moment the game was announced, like he had an announcement video come out with that where he was talking about the game and what their vision and stuff for the game was, all the way back in 2015. And there is just something, it just touches me that there is somebody in the community, in this genre, in this industry, that I can look up to like him. Not to mention he's like the coolest dude ever. Like, he talks with a voice, like his voice is like, is godlike. Like, he's got one of those voices,
like Morgan Freeman,
Neil deGrasse Tyson, all of it's like really deep and smooth,
James
just
Earl
cool.
Jones.
Yeah, exactly. Just and
Simba.
and Cyberpunk 2077 was supposed to be coming out soon, but
right, that's one of the games that got pushed back that we
it got pushed back. Yeah, it was supposed to come out on April 16th this year, 2020, before it was delayed to September 17th. Now, it would have been like a nice unofficial birthday present for him because his birthday is April 14th. So,
oh man,
yeah.
Plus mine is April 15th, so that would have worked out good for me.
Oh man, yeah, and if it does come out, it's supposed to come out this year on September 17th. And if it does come
fingers
out,
crossed, everybody, fingers crossed.
Yeah, if it does come out in 2020, of course, that is a nice little homage to Cyberpunk 2020.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I do not think that was planned the whole time, but it kind of worked out that way. Also, an interesting thing about like him working with CD Projekt Red on the games and stuff. Even before that, he was developing like another story in the Cyberpunk 2020 universe taking place. I think now the whole thing is that it takes place from a time in between 2020 to 2077 when the game starts.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be another pen and paper game, or it is another pen and paper game. I think it released last year in December, and it's called CD. I was going to say CD Projekt. It is called Cyberpunk Red.
Oh,
and it was called Cyberpunk Red before he even knew who CD Projekt Red was.
Dang.
Which he said that they usually give the games when they're in development, they give them code names, and because there was a lot of like red elements to the game and stuff, they decided to call it Cyberpunk Red, presumably till they came up with like another title. But after everything happened with the collaboration with them, it just fits so well. So yeah, that's cool. I just wanted to give a shout out to him. I think he's doing great things, and
it does, man. Sounds like he's doing amazing things. Which I don't know, man. CD, Jesus, pen and paper RPGs, they only bring one thought to mind.
Why is that?
It just sounds, and even when I watch people play it on YouTube, it just looks so boring.
It doesn't have to be though.
I know,
because the thing about it is like you can
is,
play it your way.
I get that.
Like besides like the rule set, and even that can be just general guidelines for you. Like you're only limited to your imagination, and that's the thing that the video games are still trying to come to, where you can do whatever you want.
I'm not saying that everybody should think it's boring. I'm just saying,
I get it.
You know,
there's
I forgot what YouTube channel it was, but they have this segment they do called Guys from the Hood.
Huh.
And they put them in random situations. So I think one of them was like have Thanksgiving with white people, or go to like a white cookout.
Wait, is Slink Johnson on
yes.
this sometimes?
I forget the name of the channel.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But I've seen
it's
it. It's
like Deaf
before.
Media or something like that.
Yeah.
But anywho, yeah, they had them playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. Yeah, I think I watched some of those.
And it still
wasn't any interest.
I mean, they were silly, but I was just like, I would have to play with people like them. So if I played it, you definitely gonna be involved.
Yeah.
And I don't know whoever else can find, but no. Other than that, it just doesn't. It doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
Not knocking anybody who likes it. To each his own. Just to me, it'll probably, likely, possibly never happen.
Yeah, and there are also like different kind of like tabletop RPG games where you have figures and things like some kind of visual element, maps and things like that.
Yes, I've seen
that you
them.
can. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that can work as something to keep more interest.
My grandmother on my dad's side bought one a long time ago.
Yeah.
Just because it just looked like something we would like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I mean, 11-year-old me was kind of into it, but like you said, we kind of just did our own thing because we were too young to like understand the rules and everything.
Right.
So he just was ignorant with it. But I've tried it again since then, and nope, nothing. I'm just like, can we turn the games on? Where the Call of Duty at? But okay, my turn. So for my Nerd Black History Report, I'm going to talk on Jerry Lawson. So Jerry Lawson has been called like the grandfather of video games. Jerry Lawson brought interchangeable video games into people's homes with the innovation of the Fairchild Channel F, the precursor to modern video game systems. So basically what it is the whole changing cartridges and things. He created that system. So you wouldn't be able to change a cartridge or disc and all of that out without the system he created. Cause like, I doubt well, I doubt you would remember, quote unquote, but you probably came across it at one point. Like if you got like an old Atari or something, the system came in the game. I mean, the game came with the system, so you would have to buy a different one. And even then that's how it used to be, the first video games. So he allowed them to move past that.
Right.
And
to be able to change out games.
He created a system.
That is incredible.
And so yeah, but I mean, it's pretty basic by today's standards, but he created that system, and I wasn't expecting us to go really deep into it, so I kept a lot of the little stuff out. But I did come across that he ran it. He ended up working with Steve Jobs and what's the guy's name? Steve Wozniak at one point. And in the interview, he said that Steve Jobs was a spark plug, a business-minded spark plug. Yeah. And he said Steve Wozniak was unimpressive. Oh, wow. Yeah, he was just like, I don't see the hype. Yeah. But as we know, Steve and Steve did great together. So.
Yeah, I think Wozniak was more of the keeping line person, like staying realistic, staying grounded. Yeah, kind of person in the duo. And Steve Jobs was just always shooting for the stars, always wanting to go bigger and better. And he basically like how you always look like it's good. What are you
yeah, you're right. Dang, yeah, that's a good point. And unfortunately, though, for my guy, he died in 2011, April 9th. Complications due to diabetes. So, yeah, he was living in Mountain View, California. Yeah. So at the time, so.
Man, I can't.
R.I.P. Jerry Lawson. But yeah, we pretty much still using this stuff today. Kind of. Of course, it's evolved since then.
Surely systems have evolved since then. But that is a wonderful.
Hell, we just stopped putting light bulbs in TV. So
right.
So yeah, systems slowly evolve into bigger things.
Was his? I hate to ponder you for more information, but I find this extremely interesting. So was his?
Let me get to Google.
Was his solution specifically for game consoles, for home consoles? or
the article I said didn't say that he previously had another motive in mind. It just said that's what he did with it. So I don't know if was it like a sticky tabs, like sticky notes? I don't know if it was like that. How the guy was trying to find new super glue and just came up with that.
Right.
So I don't know if it was any of those kind of situations, but
yeah, because I know you used to have to with your old personal computers with the Mac or would it even have been a Mac then? Whatever the old computers were that you could play games on, like Adventure and things like that, you did have to basically the computer didn't have any information on it. Like the computer didn't really have storage. So everything you needed to do was on the disk, like on a floppy drive. And you had to change it out completely every time. And some games would have multiple drives where you would have to change it out. But yeah, I can see how that system he created for consoles would be like just of the most value.
Yeah. Also, I quickly ran through the article again, and no, it doesn't go into what made him, like I said, what made him come across that setup. So
it's very cool. Okay, so since we are on Black History Month still, what is this about Harriet Tubman? Excuse me, Harriet Tubman on is it a debit card?
Yeah, the One United Bank. Yeah, debit card.
Doing the Wakanda Salute thing.
Yep, which they claim is the American sign language for love, which I don't know sign language, so I guess we just have to take the word for it. But a lot of people are skeptical. But even if that is what that pose is supposed to mean, I know they know what they did.
Yeah.
Because for one, that was not a small movie.
Right.
Some of everybody saw that movie.
Was not that long ago.
And it definitely wasn't that long ago. Two, I don't know what two, but it wasn't that long ago. And, you would have had to been on the moon, in the cave, with your eyes closed and your fingers in your ears, to not have seen the Black Panther movie or even come across a salute. It's too well known. No. You refuse to believe that anybody on that board who approved this picture.
Well, maybe she's actually doing the Wonder Woman thing.
For people that can't see, I made a face that said "please." But, I highly doubt it. A lot of people are
X-Force.
Definitely not that one. But I don't know. A lot of people are offended that she's even on the debit card in the first place. And then there are other people offended that she's doing the Wakanda thing, the Wakanda symbols, the Wakanda salute. I'm sorry. So I don't know. I have nothing against her being on the card. I also don't have anything against her doing the Wakanda salute, but I can see
it's a bit
how
strange.
that it is because it's not a real country. But it is something that a lot of Black people have started doing now. I see it all the time now. Yeah. So, either way, I don't know. I mean,
and is this? And when I first saw it, I'm thinking
this ain't real.
This ain't not necessarily that it's not real, but this is not something that Visa or whoever or Chase Bank or whoever is
One United Bank.
Oh, it's One United Bank.
Yeah, it's a Black-owned bank.
One United Bank is like distributing that image.
It says that it's their debit card. They put it on the card. So I know what you're saying because I know you can make your own picture. Yeah, you can put any picture on the debit card. No, it is one that they are giving out.
Okay. So, that's like an option you choose when you're picking out your debit card.
Which, on the subject, I meant to customize mine. I keep forgetting. I say I want to do that, but I keep forgetting.
It doesn't do anything for me, honestly. I
don't know. I always look at these lame bank card pictures, and I just feel like I want to change that.
What would you get? You have any idea of what you?
No, but it's better than the damn horses and carriage on my Wells Fargo card, man. So, but
man, I was saying this earlier, like
maybe Plus Ultra.
Oh, Plus Ultra, Plus Ultra.
Maybe that, but
also a little housekeeping on that. I like it more now. It started interesting me in season 2. So, and I came into
welcome to the dark side.
So I came into season 2 like 4 or 5 episodes in because somebody is down there just killing the episodes.
Yeah, you told me Tiffany was going in
as she's continuously saying, "Oh, this show is so dumb. It's dumb." But let's watch another episode. Like, nah, you like it. Just admit it. So I came in on a scene where it's being revealed. I guess like spoilers for season 2. This 4-year-old show. It's revealed that Endeavor is Todoroki's father.
Yeah.
Like, I just walked downstairs and that's the scene that is going on. He's like, I want to defy my father. I'm never going to use his power. I'm not going to use his power to win the tournament. I'm like, wait, Endeavor his daddy? And she's like, oh yeah. Like that. Like, this is... Like, I came off of, I didn't even start watching season 2 yet. Like, so I don't know the stuff. It's like, oh, shoot, I might be into this. And then turn out he overbearing and stuff. And
he's way worse. I would spoil it for you, but you gotta check it out.
Don't do it. But
because I know you got some backtracking to do. So
yeah,
actually, I don't think you find out exactly how bad he is till around that point in the tournament. But yeah, he's pretty trash.
Yeah.
And
I finished the tournament and stuff. I'm through the season 3.
Like
where we were watching just now downstairs. Yeah. Like that's where I am.
Oh, okay. So you've seen.
So
I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen anything happen with his mother and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, what I found out from our friend Chris, because I don't recall it ever being disclosed on the anime. It might have, but it's been so long since I saw the part y'all are at.
Yeah.
But Chris pointed out that they, back in the day on that show, they would pay, like if you had a daughter who had a certain ability, a hero would pay you so he could marry her, so they could have kids and like mix their powers.
Yeah,
which is exactly what Endeavor did.
It's what he's talking about. It's heavily implied that he is making these children just to try to make a better superhero.
Right, because Todoroki has a sister.
Okay.
He has an older sister.
Okay.
But they never show her use her powers, but since their hair is supposed to be representative of their powers, her hair is mostly white with like some red streaks in it. So the fans have kind of like, okay, well maybe she had stronger ice powers and just not enough firepower. But as you obviously see, Todoroki's is completely half and half. So he thinks, so that's why he pushes.
As Bakugan likes to call him.
Yeah.
well, in the, I think more in the sub he calls him half and half, but in the dub he's calling him icy hot all the time.
That's good. I like that. That's fun. Yeah, I didn't watch the dub. I didn't watch much of the dub.
Yeah, so they call him icy hot in the dub. I'm watching the dub because of Tiffany. She won't admit that she She not about that sub life. She not about it. She try to be, but she not.
I wanted to quote RDC World 1, but we trying to refrain from saying such a thing. So, but okay. You know what I'm thinking. I hate dub ass. Well, I kind of wanted to do anime recommendations once upon a time. So,
what, you got something else you want to recommend?
Well,
to the people,
not to them, to you.
Oh, to me. All right.
Yeah. I know you like Game of Thrones.
We are currently watching Attack on Titan. Okay, if that's what you were going to mention. Because people, I know people were drawing comparisons to that
because of the whole, just because they like to cut characters off. Like, oh man, I love this character. Oh, wait a minute. Berserk.
Okay, Berserk I've been recommended Berserk before. Well, specifically the manga.
Never read the manga, but that's the one. I really don't have any interest to read mangas, but that is one of probably 3 animes that I'm going to read the manga on. Mm-hmm. Berserk is one of them. And the funny thing about Berserk is, and I just had this conversation with somebody the other day, is there's original anime which came out in like late 90s. Mm. Well, mid 90s. I think it came out like 95. It's good, but in 2000s, roughly 2010s, they took that show and they made it into 3 movies. Mm. Movies are also good. The problem with that is the show explains not necessarily critical details, but they point some things out that the movies don't.
Right.
But the movie also points out some things that the show does not point out.
Okay.
So I would say you don't have to watch both, but if you feel like you missed something, then check out if you watch the show, the old show, check out the movies. If you watch the movies and you feel like you missed something, then, go watch the show. But wouldn't recommend watching both right off the bat, because you really going to be watching the same things over again. The only difference is the movies, of course, were newer, so they're going to look a little better. Well, a good bit better. But they also continue the anime fairly recently. Around the time
I do recall,
right? Because it's on
2016 or something like that.
Yeah, because it's on Verve. Have your fun with that. Granted, the action and everything was good, but they did that weird 3D CGI thing. Not like that with the comic style shading on it. It just looks so trash. Too many animes are doing that now.
Cell shading,
right?
That's what that's called.
I don't like that. Granted, I was able to get past it because I actually like Berserk.
Yeah.
So I swallowed it and watched and muscled through. But
yeah, you never like cell shading.
Well, I don't mind it. I definitely don't like it. I don't like if it's cell shaded, it's fine, I guess. But if it's 3D, I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose. Like the CGI on top of it, it's just too much. Yeah. But they did the same thing with another anime I like called Baki. They did that. Yeah, the latest season of Baki did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Garbage. But anywho.
The prison fighters.
That season is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baki's.
The second season is that. Or the first season is that?
That's more like the 3rd or 4th.
Oh,
yeah, Baki was originally a movie, and then they made it into an anime in the 2000s. They had like 2 seasons, and then they remade. Then they picked up where that left off, and
Netflix original now.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So I would just go recommend Berserk. So whenever you get around to that.
So the real quick, you recommend me which one should I watch?
Any.
It doesn't matter.
No. Don't watch the latest one because the latest one picks up where the original leaves off.
Okay.
So don't watch that. But if you're going to watch the original, you can either pick the 3 movies, which they're titled differently. Have fun figuring out which one is which because it's not titled 1, 2, and 3. But either watch the movies or watch the original anime.
Okay.
It doesn't matter which one. But whenever you get around to it. And for anybody else that's into Game of Thrones, Attack on Titan and Berserk is a good recommendation. Attack on Titan because, like he said, they have the same. You never know who's going to die in it. And Berserk, it pretty much takes place in that same kind of realm, and it's just as gritty.
Berserk. Attack on Titan is pretty. It's brutal. Yeah. Overall, like it's just things are happening.
Well, I was referring to compared to Game of Thrones. Like, not Game of Thrones is not lighthearted, by the way, but Berserk is just as brutal. And like I said, it takes place in that time frame.
Okay. I didn't know it takes place in like a medieval fantasy world.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
What else was I about to say? The intro to the original Berserk anime will definitely mislead you. It's a 90s, it's like a 90s Japanese pop song.
Oh yeah.
It is so misleading, and just like any other anime, they show clips of the
like
show.
Sailor Moon or something.
Not quite that poppy, but it's almost like a love ballad or something. I'll play it for you afterwards. I guess everybody else, you just gotta have to look it up yourself. But I actually like the song. It just really does not fit the show. But a lot of animes do that, and I think it's a big joke. Because you got this poppy old song, and now we're about to see blood and guts in like 5 minutes. So it's crazy. But I guess on to the next topic.
So some information or rumors rather are coming out about the PS5 possibly costing upwards of maybe $500.
Man, I saw that.
Yeah.
That does not bother me.
Doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, and
it is like, exactly what I was expecting.
Considering all the stuff that they said it's going to do.
Yes.
And considering the PlayStation 3 was $600 out the gate,
right.
I'm okay with the 5. Because the PlayStation 4 was 4, and now that I have one, once I got one, I was like, I would have been okay with this costing a little more.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about it.
Right.
Well, actually, I bought mine for 2, but that's none of y'all business. But I wouldn't have no problem with it.
Yeah.
Because I would have thought, I really felt like it was worth it. So.
Yeah. So the PlayStation 2 is still the best-selling console of all time.
Yes, I remember reading such things.
So I'm not sure about the number of units or whatever, but I think the PlayStation 4 is up to like 150 million or something like that consoles. So when the PlayStation 3 was coming out, they were a little cocky.
Oh, yeah.
And they felt like they could charge whatever they wanted to charge for that thing. And
smack their head right out the clouds.
Yeah. Because when you had another system coming out under $400, if I remember correctly,
yep,
and you're $600, nobody bought that system. Everybody had Xbox 360 that year.
And the PlayStation people was talking trash. Oh, this PlayStation 3 is so much more powerful.
Yeah.
It might be, but it's also $300 more.
Yeah.
Like, nah, y'all can have your power.
Yeah. Which there were some great games that ended up coming out on PlayStation 3 over the years, which helped them slowly bring them back up in the ranks, because eventually they surpassed Xbox 360 by the end of the console generation, before the new consoles came out. But yeah, they were getting tapped for most of those years that console was out. So when they came out with the PS4, $399 out the gate. So when they came out like that, it's like, okay.
And plus, I read it was hard to design games for the PlayStation 3 as well, because of the system they came up with.
Yes.
So they hurt a lot of stuff too.
They thought they had developed this genius architecture,
which I can't argue whether it was or wasn't, but it was pissing people off from what I read.
I can't remember what you even call it. But yeah, developers were not happy with it. It's very, very hard to develop for it. And that's why a lot of the cross-platform games may have turned out a little better on Xbox 360, especially in those earlier years But then later on, they started getting more in line once the PlayStation 3 became more popular. But the first party games for PlayStation 3 were always top notch because Sony has their own studios that they own that will develop these games in accordance with them, and all they're working on is that game for that system at a time. Hey, all right. But she was just saying hi. That was my PC over there. And so PS4 is of course now, like, they wiped the floor with the Xbox One.
Yep.
Is
my dad's not gonna be happy to hear that.
Yeah, but you can't argue with the numbers. It's no contest.
Nope.
I wish I could look something up on here, but my internet's not working right now. But I would like to see what the numbers is on that. I think it's installing like some updates or something right now. But
yeah, about to evolve.
Yeah, but the thing with these prices for the about to evolve, I just caught that. Yeah, but the thing with these prices for these possible higher prices for the PS5 is just the amount of money it is costing them for the parts to make the system. So it is allegedly costing them $450 to make the system, period, which is amazing to me.
Yeah.
From what they're promising. And so $500 it seems like a decent guess of how much the system will cost, because so they can make a $50 profit at least. And the cost of these parts is before, like, they have to ship this stuff to stores and things. And like you said, it doesn't bother me at all. I just bought a ridiculous amount for
you bought a car. You bought a car.
I paid a ridiculous amount for a computer, so I understand like how much these parts really cost and what goes into making a great system. It's amazing that they're able to put out these systems and charge just that much for them. They sell these systems at a loss most of the time. They're not making money off of selling you the consoles. Yeah. They're making money off of selling you the software, the games for it, along down the line, and now for subscription services and stuff like that. So that seems like it is going to be the plan this time, because they're promising AMD architecture, so it's going to be.
Not surprised. AMD is everywhere now.
Yeah, Ryzen has completely put AMD on the rise. Like, they are. Intel is actually kind of fighting to compete in some ways.
Never thought I'd hear those words.
Yeah, like they also have another architecture called Threadripper that they come out with.
Never heard that one.
Well, you know how CPUs have cores. Like, you have core processors and things like that. So 4 cores. So they have like I want to say, is it a 16 core processor or maybe I think it's the 32 core processor with 64 threads that they just came out with recently.
Dang.
That is, first of all, almost useless for gaming. That's not what that's for. That's for like workstation for being able to do the most things and the most demanding things as possible at the same time, taking complete control of those cores. And Intel doesn't have anything like that, really, especially not at the price point that AMD is hitting. And they're also down the line of the kind of processors for us regular people. Like, I'm rocking an AMD processor now. I have Ryzen 7 3800X, and the CPU that is going to be in the PS5 and probably about the same in the whatever Xbox is calling their thing, Xbox Series X, will be like a Ryzen 7 3700X. So it is going to be an 8-core processor, 16 threads, which is about I guess a 3700X is probably $300 at this point. Yeah, about $300 just for the processor.
Right.
Just for a processor. Now, they do special things with the processor. They have processor and GPU on the same die. So it's like essentially on a motherboard together, just like you would have on a laptop.
Yeah.
Or something mobile. Not like you don't have like a huge graphics card like that one inside of the PlayStation. So they have to get these companies to do all these special things for them to design for the system, and they do their best to keep their costs down by building in bulk, of course.
Yeah.
So when they're buying these things in bulk, they set up these things a long time in place. I mean, development on these systems have been happening for a while. We're just finally getting information on it, but it's harder to get some of the little things that they need for the system, because this is not just a new console generation. There are also new phones coming out right now. The Galaxy S20 has just launched. The new iPhones are coming, and they all use NAND memory, I think it is. Like, this is something that's even above my level. Yeah. And that's one of the things that is costing them.
If you ain't hear about it, I definitely didn't hear about it.
Yeah, these are the things that are costing them more right now. And there's also things happening with supplies
because of the coronavirus.
And we'll see where that's going in the future. Right now, the PlayStation 5 hasn't even officially been announced for a date. So we don't know when the PlayStation 5 is coming for sure. We assume holiday 2020.
Right, because that's when Xbox announced theirs, and they always come around each other.
Yeah.
Plus holidays, buying stuff during like Christmas and stuff is like a big moment for
consumers.
Well, consumers and people who creators, people who make stuff. That sales usually really spike.
Yeah,
in
sure.
holidays, but apparently Sony is working on like an assistant, an AI assistant for the PS5.
I did not know that. Please stop.
I just read about it.
Please stop.
Oh, please stop.
Please
Actually, technically, they kind of already have one, because you can tell your PlayStation to do stuff and it'll do it.
I suppose. Who uses that?
Not very many.
Yeah.
But this one is supposed to be more than just like another Siri or Alexa or
Cortana.
Google Home or Cortana or Google Home. This one is actually going to, if you're playing like a puzzle game, you get stuck, it'll help you. This is what they're aiming for. I didn't say how far they were in the development, but this is what they're trying. This is what they're working on. And allegedly it's supposed to be on the PlayStation 5. So, well, however far they got with it is going to be on the PlayStation 5 is what's being said. So,
who would that, if they make it like a franchise character, like a PlayStation franchise character, who would the AI be?
Clank?
I guess. He's
like,
a little robot. What do they have for that? Because of course Xbox has Cortana,
and it wasn't even called Cortana in the original. Halo. Well, it was, but they didn't use her voice originally
for the AI.
Yeah, they didn't use. It was called Cortana, but they didn't originally use the same Cortana voice. They changed that much later on.
I wasn't aware.
I did because I was really disappointed that they didn't use her voice, and I was just
like, how you gonna call it Cortana?
Yeah, and it's not even her voice. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all got rights to this lady's voice at this point. Like, come on. And then after a while, they end up doing it.
Right.
It was, what else is it supposed to? It's definitely supposed to help you. Like, if you get stuck in a game or something, it was supposed to help you, and it's supposed to be able to do all kind of unnecessary things that, let's face it, we aren't gonna. It's
gonna
not
play
necessary.
the game for you.
I hope not. I mean,
play the game while you're away from your controller.
Yeah, stuck on a quest, having trouble beating a boss. The assistant will help you in either case. The system might also have a smartphone app. You can keep track of in-game content and events. That's what Sony patent said at the time, at least. So yeah, they already patented it. So
I wouldn't mind something telling me when an event is going on. Like, I don't know, Zur is open for business now. I'll show you how to get with him. Now, only because I listen to gaming news. It's the only way I even know.
Oh, they mention Zur every weekend?
Not every weekend, but you know, just every once in a while. Like when they're talking about little stuff they do in the game, mostly talking about like remote play and Google Stadia and all that. Like what people would usually
Google Stadia, what's that?
What you shut up. I was gonna say I gotta explain this to you every time. Yeah, but time. people may have already forgotten.
Good.
Yeah, it's
huge flop. I could have made a better system than that.
Oh, jeez. And another thing pertaining to that, NVIDIA GeForce Now is now a thing. It is a PC. It's a PC version of that kind of online play. That kind of streaming games.
Stop.
Well, the great thing about NVIDIA GeForce is not for that. I mean, it's for people who have PCs who play games on their PC.
Oh, you did say NVIDIA, okay.
Yeah, who play games on their PC and just want something to jump in the game real quick and do something. Basically, like you have to already own the game on PC and stuff. I don't know if they're having like doing some subscription service where you get access to games. I didn't look into it very much, but yeah, that's my understanding, is that you have to own the games. And there was also some controversy with the Call of Duty games and stuff. Activision games, like all the Activision games were removed all of a sudden.
Oh.
Because apparently Activision didn't want anything to do with the platform for some reason. I don't know. They just
because
want
Activision is a bunch of money hungry.
Yeah, they just want more money because there is a subscription service to use the service. It's like $10 a month to be able to stream the games.
And Activision is not gonna probably not getting enough money for that, so they're not letting you play any of their games on it. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Speaking of Activision and Call of Duty, were you done?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, speaking of Activision and Call of Duty had released a Season 2 update, 51 gigs, by the way. Do you still have Call of Duty? Did you ever get Call of Duty?
I got it day one. I did.
Moving on.
I have not played.
More house, non-gaming, game buying antics. But, so, huge update. They're supposed to be bringing Battle Royale to it, which I knew was coming. That was so painfully obvious. But what this Call of Duty Modern Warfare, in case you don't know what the latest one is called, has a bad habit of, after they updates, they screw up the challenge system every time.
How's it?
Okay, so Call of Duty does these challenges now, like what Fortnite used to do. Like, you got to do these things, you'll get XP and all that stuff. So Call of Duty started doing that. Well, it's not all Battle Pass related. Some of it is strictly just XP, and then some of it is for Battle Pass. So, but nonetheless, same setup though.
I see.
It doesn't register. Every time they do one of these updates, it throws it out of whack. When the game drop, it works sometimes. Like if say get 5 headshots, you might get 200 headshots the last match. They're gonna count probably 2. So yeah, it was real out of whack. Then they fixed it. Fine, everything good. Then an update came, out of whack again. Then they fixed that again. Okay, it's fine. Weeks down the line, another update. I'm pretty sure that you're probably just fixing bugs, which is fine. But how do you keep doing that and keep screwing up the challenge system? Like, I don't get it.
That is very strange.
This big, huge Season 2 update, and then they throw it completely out of whack. And for me, it wasn't registering anything at all. So, like, it was really ticking me off. You alright with it?
Yeah, I just realized I was using 2 pop filters.
Oh. But
because I was using this at my desk earlier, so and usually I use this pop filter when I'm playing a game. And yeah.
Wait, you've been twitching?
No, I've been recording.
You just going?
Yeah, just to see how I can handle it. But I do want to stream. Yeah,
okay. I would say let me know, but you ain't playing PS4. You're playing your PC.
No, actually, I was playing PS4. I was playing Journey to the Savage Planet.
Oh, I thought it was
PS4.
on PC.
The only reason I'm playing on PS4 is because I'm playing with Jeffrey, and unfortunately, it's only 2-player co-op. Yeah. And just looking at the game, just looking at the game and the kind of stuff we're doing, I didn't think you were interested at all. Like,
I mean, it looked okay.
It's kind of like I forget what the game is even called now, but it's just like a kind of gathering resources kind of game,
like Fallout.
I guess it's a little like Fallout in that way.
Like,
but it's not a lot of action. It's not. It's not a whole lot of action.
Well, yeah, but
I mean, you have a gun and you shoot things sometimes, but it's like, it's like half the time, half our gameplay. We play 8 hours now, and we look today and like our level, we still like on the same starter level. Like you have to get to I forget what they call it, but you have to get to more experience levels to be able to craft new items and stuff. It's like we still on beginner. like we've been playing 8 hours. We 45% through the game.
Dang, that is some grindy ass game.
No, but we're doing like
silly stuff.
Yeah, just getting all the upgrades.
That's the
and
stuff I wanted. That's the stuff I like doing. It's silly, doing silly stuff. That was the best part of World War Z. I wouldn't play World War Z by myself. Playing with y'all.
Right.
It was, man, that job was crazy.
Yeah.
So, especially when we had that hurricane. It didn't really do anything in Savannah. It didn't even knock the power out of my side of town. It just made me take off work. So, man, everybody was online. And I mean, everybody was like, well, we ain't going to work. Everything's closed. Like, there's nothing to do. Man,
we were switching. We was switching through players. People were jumping off for a minute. Other people jumping in.
Yeah, that was a good night, man. Dang.
Yeah, we had Vernon, Jeffrey, and Matt playing. That's good. That's good.
And matter of fact, after either before or after that, I had Justin Locke. Vu, I don't think you ever even met Vu because he never plays. So Justin Locke, Vu, man, like
I think I met Vu in person.
Oh yeah, that's right. You went to that cookout that I couldn't go to. Y'all had stuff while motherfuckers be at work. But anywho, so everybody was on that night too. And Vu, I don't think Vu ever played World War Z really. Yeah. So man, it was a mess. It was hilarious though. It was great. And but yeah, so speaking of which, Division 3 is $3 for anybody who doesn't have it. Tom Clancy's Division 2 is $3. So I don't know. Brandon looked it up on his phone in the PlayStation Store, and it said only PC was. Well, I guess he wants to make the. I don't know who makes it. Is it Activision or it's Ubisoft? Ubisoft. Yeah. So I'm guessing on their page, on their website, it says PC is only $3, but PlayStation is full price. But in the PlayStation Store, it says $3. So I go to the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Store or the PC or Ubisoft Store and see what it is. Because for whatever reason, it told him something completely different when it was clear as day in the PlayStation Store for $3.
Man, I might grab on PC just for the hell of it. Shoot, $3.
Yeah, $3. Might as well see what that monster can do.
Yeah,
you was saying before about the frame drop or whatever it did.
They gotta get. If I'm playing on 4K, if I'm playing in 4K, sometimes it gets PlayStation. So, sometimes it gets framing. Yeah,
see what Incredible Hulk can do. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was I guess that's all I had.
Good, because we out of time.
We out of time. Well, folks, thanks for joining us today on the main issues.
All right, well, everybody remember to like, subscribe, comment, share. Anything possible you could do to show that you mess with us. And also, more importantly, tell us what you're liking about this show. Tell us what you want to hear. Put it on the comments on YouTube. Please follow us on Twitter. Comment on Twitter. You can comment. Also comment on the Main Issues Facebook page. Everything is at the Main Issues, or just search the Main Issues. It should be all us. Thank you very much for listening, and we hope you liked it, and we hope to see you next time. Peace.